Hello, my fellow human beings. I'm I Love Everyone, and today I'm going to be talking about minimalism. I said I would do it 2 weeks ago when I made my video, and I know this is 3 days late. Just one excuse, working 55 hours a week can be a little difficult. I've just been too exhausted at the end of my workday to really make a vlog, but I'm doing it now. This may not be my permanent background. I just moved, and I'm kind of testing things out to see what will work best. Right now, I just wanted to sit at my desk and get the best lighting I could possibly get. Today, I'm going to also be giving you a tour of my apartment and talking about minimalism and the way and some of the zero waste things that I've integrated into my life. And I'm hoping it's not going to be longer than 10 minutes. So without further ado, here we go. This is my desk. As you can see, I don't have a lot of things on it. And this is the drawer that I had to declutter because when I moved, I threw everything into it. And I developed a philosophy for drawers. If you can't see everything that you have laid out perfectly, then your drawer is too cluttered. I stacked like a bunch of seed packets or a bunch of calculators back there. You can stack multiple of the same thing. If you can't see what's in your drawer, you have too much stuff. So this is really it. I've got a bookshelf. I've got a sofa, which I actually salvaged on the street. Basically, most of this furniture was, given to me. The bookshelf was from my aunt. That I also pulled from the curbside, rescued it from a landfill. Really, the only new thing, I only have a few new pieces. This dresser over here. Here is all of the weird little origami things that I had in the background behind me. I really want to set those up somewhere. I'm not quite sure where. So you see very few things. And then we come to my closet, and it may look like a lot. See, and then I've got this too, but it's really not. I was actually able to declutter most of it. I got rid of 20 t-shirts, and that was, a huge amount. 9 pairs of pants, and then you see I've got some blankets up there, some extra towels, and a few, extra little things. I've got one baseball cap. And over here is my trash. That is plastic bag recycling because my boss at work tends to buy a lot of plastic bags, and I feel the need to rescue them and take them to the groceries. This is my actual trash. And, what happens when you declutter, when you become a minimalist, is that you find things that you don't need, you can't give away, nobody can reuse, and they're going to end up in trash. And unfortunately, that's just kind of the eventuality of decluttering, but after that you won't have any more trash. That one is compost, and that one is recycling. I also have a lot of recycling because I found papers. And so this is my kitchen over here. As you see, normally you're cluttered under the sink full of cleaning products. That's basically all the cleaning products I have. I have some vinegar for making more spray cleaner, and I have some dish soap, and that's really it. Yeah, and then this is my food. I have a lot of food, and the reason is because my roommate left a bunch of things, unfortunately, and I took them because they were plastic, but I also didn't want them to go to waste. Here is, I have my jars and bowls and dishes. Actually, I have one of the things that I really like are these plastic Tupperwares that have the plastic lid, but the bottom is glass because you can actually put them in the oven, but the lid is resealable. Jars are also good for that too. I have extra counter space over here. It's my table. I do have some plastic utensils that I rescued, but at least I'm putting them in recycling. My bathroom is extremely cluttered because I just can't throw away these things. My roommate left, especially down here, my roommate left that huge thing of mouthwash back there, tons of soap, 2 deodorants that I've just accumulated that my mom bought me and thought I needed, and I just can't. I did recently actually switch to a wooden toothbrush. I don't think the bristles are compostable on this one. This is my eyeliner. It's kind of messy because, you know, it's black. And then this in here is my deodorant that I made. I did find some other deodorant, so I use that too. And this is really all of the medicines. Get rid of them. I mean, if I have them, I might as well use them. So, you know, and then I have these little plastic things here. And again, I just feel like they're already bought, they're gonna get used. But I did buy these. They're little plastic toothpicks. You kind of just floss like the way you would, except they're reusable and they're plastic, but, you know, they can last a lot longer than floss. And so up here I've got, you know, like lotion, whatever, lots of Q-tips, also salvaged, and I rescued them and I compost them. Tampons that I don't use and I'll talk about in a later video. You know, nail polish, makeup, whatever, hair straightener. Once I get through that, I'm kind of done. And then I have these drying lines because I now hand wash my laundry. As you see, I have some laundry up here. And another line over there. I washed my sheets, it went really well. I'm not such a fan of towels though. And then I have a loft up here. So this is basically my loft. It's just a bed, a little set of drawers, nightstand, you know, a fan, and here's my pet snake that you can't really see. And that's really it. It's a really small place, which I like actually because it allows me to track how much compost I'm making, how much recycling, how much trash. I mean, the trash that I've had in there has been there for 2 weeks at this point, and that's really like a quarter of a trash bag. So I'm pretty happy with my trash reduction at this point. I also moved in and there were a lot of things that were trash. I had to trash the drip pans under my burners because they were completely rusted through. You can't reuse rusted metal, and so I had to throw those away. I threw away a few other things that I kind of just found laying in cupboards and was like, I can't really do anything else with these. So ultimately, I'm really happy with the way everything turned out. In 2 weeks, once I've gone through everything that I have a little bit more, decluttered my drawers, made sure that everything that I have is really necessary, I will throw that bag away and start my trash jar. But there's a YouTuber that I really like. Her name is Sarah Norse. I think that's how you say it. And she says, question everything. Like, go in your house and question everything that you have and do you need it. The other thing is Bea Johnson in her TED Talk talks about not buying in bulk, like not saying, oh, there's a sale on dish soap, let's buy 10 of them, and instead, you know, just replacing things as you need to replace them. And that's also going to take a long time for me because I have all these things from my ex-roommate who left things and I didn't want them to go to waste and I didn't want them to go to landfill. So I salvaged all of them. It's going to take me a while until I'm, you know, fully zero waste and like plastic free for that reason. But I think it's still obviously worth it. I also wanted to talk a little bit about how minimalism ties into zero waste. And the first thing is that if you need less, what ends up happening is you avoid needing to buy so many factory-produced things, or even any factory-produced things, which use a ton of water, produce a ton of carbon dioxide. They're really not sustainable for the environment at all. And then the other thing is that, you know, I think that they're linked because there are a lot of things that you can't buy. And so you end up, I think, having less things, and you end up, you know, with this system. I think that this is kind of something that people do to make their lives happier. I was also listening to TED Talk, all of these TED Talks I'm going to link in the description, but all of these TED Talks I'll link in the description, but I also heard one that was talking about how having less stuff is actually better for you because the more things you have, the more you have to worry, the more you have to keep clean. And I'm already finding this is that all my surfaces get cluttered so fast, and there are things that I just never, decluttered from my move-in, and that was 2 weeks ago, and I really should have done that. If they're just sitting there, then I must not need them. That's kind of my theory right now. But yeah, I got rid of 9 pants, 20 t-shirts, 2 skirts, 2 dresses, like all of these things that I really didn't need, and I still have too much stuff, but I gave myself a hanger limit. So it is 38 hangers. Why I didn't do 40, I don't know. I made a system whereby I put tags on each of the hangers, and they say 1 week, 2 weeks, or 3 weeks. And if I haven't worn that garment in that time, I will actually just get rid of it. You have to date it, the date that you put the tag on. But if you're questioning something, instead of forming a maybe pile, put let's see how many weeks I think I might wear this in, and if I don't wear it in that time, I don't need it. I have a lot of books, and I know that's not very minimalism, but a lot of them are used, and I actually plan to have a mini free library outside my house. I'm not allowed to call it that because I don't have a charter for it, so it's going to be a book booth, but the concept is the same, and all of the books, I'm hoping that as I read them, I can put them in the library and then also get more books that are used. So instead of having to go out and buy books, their books will kind of come to me because I'm lazy like that. That's kind of where I'm at right now. I also switched to a compostable dish brush that I didn't talk about, and I crocheted myself some hemp sponges. I use twine. If you throw it in the microwave for 30 seconds, they're desanitized. So ultimately, I think that I'm doing well. Thank you guys for watching, and DFTB.